when you look at purchasing a car, a house, furniture, most of us...
Did you say furniture?
Furniture.
Even though it was furniture?
Furniture.
Furniture.
Furniture. What is it? Furniture?
Furniture.
Furniture. What did I say?
Furniture.
Furniture. Furniture.
Okay, furniture.
Furniture.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What did you put in here?
I have no idea.
Coming to you from 125 Carver in Waco, Texas, it's the Riverside Weekly. We hope your time with us today is thought-provoking, spiritually challenging, and a life-changing experience. Our discussions are fun, real, and at times very uncomfortable. We highly encourage all of our guests and listeners to like and subscribe, and please ring the bell. Now, here are your hosts, Pastor Cello and Pastor Mia.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. It's Wednesday.
How's everybody doing? We sure appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys for joining us. We are here again.
Why are you sleepy? Wake up. You look like you have slits for eyes.
I literally feel like I've got slits for eyes.
Why?
Because I watch too many anime movies. You can't say that. That's racial. That's my point. I was just like, people just say stuff.
There we go. We're back.
My eyes are slanted and tight because I'm tired and I'm sleepy. I'm overworked.
Underpaid.
And...
Overrated.
Overrated. Overrated.
That's so good.
Okay.
All right.
So, what are we talking about today?
So I actually wanted to talk about a lot of things, but I think we've talked about most of everything that we talk about because nobody sends any topics in. No one wants to push the envelope.
It's been a while.
Okay, but I'm just saying, the 3 people that watch don't send any topics. So, and I know
All
it's only
3 people.
3 of you because people give up and they don't want to see us anymore.
You guys are in like season 45.
You see what I'm saying? So... But I will have Fran come back whenever it's convenient for her. Her and our schedules are just like, whoop, we miss each other. So, but I get so many compliments on that podcast. So if you didn't watch it, go watch the episode with me and my cousin because it was a very, very good podcast. It was talking about God's timing for our lives. So today... Playing off of that, I do want to talk about people valuing things differently. And you're like, well, what does that have to do with timing? It has a lot to do with timing because people always say you're at the right place at the right time for that bargain or that deal, right?
Yeah. And right time, right people, right place.
Yeah. And I will say that I was not even sure what I was doing, walking, something, sitting, and was listening to these 2 ladies. And she was like, and you know it's good because it has blah, 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 signature on it or whatever. And she was talking about an item that she had found at a flea market, a thrift store, somewhere where I was. I don't know where I was. And she was just saying that, and I laughed. I chuckled inside because I was like, that sounds like me. When I find a good deal, I'm like, this is a good brand. Kind of like this... scene that I saw on this girl. She puts on this leather jacket and it's like a vintage something, and she gets the man to sell it to her for $8. She talks him down from 20 to 8, and then she ends up selling the jacket for $650 because
Cha-ching.
Yeah, and she told him, she said, know your stuff, right? And so I was just going to say that people put value on things differently. Like I feel like H-E-B bags or whatever grocery store you shop at, Walgreens, CVS, Target, Albertsons,
Walmart,
Tom Thumb, Walmart, which
Kroger.
I don't shop Walmart very often, Kroger, whatever it is. You keep those bags for your trash cans and for, I'm not even sure what you keep them for, but I hate them. No.
Yeah, people put lunch
No,
in it.
no,
Yeah,
no.
they put the Tupperware and then put the lunch in the bag. And
No,
then
no,
I'm just telling you, people out there.
And I'm telling you, I find no value in them, okay? They have tied up fish in the sea, and turtles have swallowed them, and whales have swallowed them. So, as well as plastic bottles, which I do not like as well. I cannot stand water bottles. It was good, wasn't it? It was, right?
Hilarious.
You didn't.
Hilarious.
You didn't laugh.
Sorry, I'm laughing. Hilarious. Okay, so anti-plastic bags, anti-plastic bottles,
Well, I liken myself to the show Wall-E.
but we use plastic cup lids for our coffee.
Hey, that was Be Kind. And I told them not to put it on there, don't waste it. And shout out to the Will, High Def Willie, because that's his
Be
copy.
Kind.
Yeah, it's like, he does everything, not just that. Anyway, so saying all that to say that I have no value in the HEB bags, in the HEB bag system, and I just say HEB bag because we're
Plastic
HEB,
bags in general.
Plastic T-shirt bags in general.
The thank you bags.
Thank you bags. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was a good one. And I don't like them. I don't mind recyclable bags, but I don't like plastic bags in general because I feel like, again, they've littered the earth with everything else. And other people are like, oh, I use them for this and this and this and this. I tie them on my shoes so I can walk around in the mud. I use them as socks, you know, la, 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 so I don't mess up my carpet. You know, whatever it is that you do with them, great. They're great shower shoes, I guess, if that's what you're using them for. But I don't find the value in them. So, saying all that to say that people value things differently, this lady that I was watching, she was valuing something that had no value to me. And I was just like, hee, you know, I kind of giggled because I thought, that's me with other things. So I began to think about that and was like, people do value things differently.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, their cars and their house and their things, period. You know, I think I talked about this on one podcast maybe a year ago, but my son, let me see how to say this nice.
Tread lightly.
I'm trying. No, he actually is,
A lot like me.
I don't know. I can't really say that. He's not clean. He's dirty.
Oh, yeah, he's not like me.
Okay? And
Not like me.
the what?
I said he's not like me.
Right. And not only that, he gets in these like wild hairs like his mother, and he cleans and he throws everything away. So he got one of those wild hairs one day and went into my storage room where I had totes of things that I had not unpacked yet, because we had moved from one place and back, you know, and then people had moved in and moved out, and so we'd had to pack up stuff and take it down and da-da-da, right? So he said, Mom, you haven't looked at those boxes. This isn't even what he told me. He threw them out first and then came and told me, Mom, you don't even have to worry about it. You haven't even seen those boxes and what's in them for 3 years, y'all. When I heard, I really tried not to go out there, and when I heard the trash man go by at 6 a.m., I sat straight up and was crying because I was like, I don't know what was in those boxes. And he told me, Mom, you haven't looked in them in 3 years, so you don't even know what's in there, and you don't need to worry about it because you hadn't thought about it in 3 years. And I'm just like, doesn't matter. It's valuable to me. What's in there? Could have been my family pictures, family heirlooms, whatever it was. So to him, it wasn't a value, but to me, it was. And so it just made me think about life in general. People value things differently. Some people don't even care about their life, and they just go on and do things stupidly. I don't know another word for it. Idiotically. What's another word? Carefree. And just go out, you know, about and do their life. And
So are you upset that they live carefree and you're not able to?
no, that's not even it. Now I'm going to get real serious with y'all. You know,
here we go.
Kind of like my friend, you know, he's not alive, rest in peace. And, but he lived a very, like, life, you know, just
Structured,
rigid, OCD, you know, life, you know, and I see all the, here I go again with the cats. I see all the what are they called?
Homeless people.
No, crackheads. Okay.
We don't know that they're actually crack.
Well, no, but there are some that we do.
Yeah, we know them personally. They do crack.
Anyway, you know a crackhead when you see him. But
Go ahead.
I'm
keep
just
going.
saying,
Keep
we
going.
see all these crackheads and things and drug addicts, right? And they're still alive because they're asking you for money at corners and at stores and all of this and that. And, my good friend got mixed up with the wrong people and he does drugs one time and died. And that really took me by everything because I'm like, Lord, you have all these other crackheads out here doing crack every day, still alive and still, and I value things differently than other people. And to me, that was really a heartbreaker for me because I'm like, all these people living out here carefree, shooting up and doing all these things and, almost dying and doing things to try to kill themselves, but they're not dying. And you got people over here taking care of themselves and not doing well, type thing. So I don't know. I think I wanted to rant about it. I'm not
That
sure.
sounds like it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We sure appreciate you guys listening to our rant.
I
this
just feel like people value things differently, and because they do, some take advantage of things and some do not. So please put me in my place and show me what others do because I just feel like I have ranted for too long about this.
I think it's funny. I agree with you. I think people do, or I know for a fact people value different things differently. Like our
what?
our children. It's like
I'm the only one.
No, like our
Am I
children.
crazy? Yes.
Our children value things different.
That's
some
true.
of our
That's
kids they want nice
Stuff.
things and stuff, and we're willing to pay top dollar for it.
Mm-hmm.
Other kids, they're willing to pay top dollar for experiences, not stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
There's some of our kids that it doesn't matter how much money they have, they're going to live like they are poor and broke.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they've got $1,000 or $5, like they're going to live the same way. So I think it just depends on the individual, what they value.
Why though? Why do people value things differently? Why? That's the question I'm asking today. Why?
History, experience, life experiences, having parents like us,
And we are.
growing up in the Blue House.
Listen,
having
they all say that.
having too much, having not enough. Like, I think it's a lot of different things, I mostly, though, I think, to get deep, like you said, I think most of it comes from regardless of what it is you value and the difference in your value, I think a lot of that comes from two places. I feel like it comes from insecurity and it comes from the inability to be content. So, meaning they're not content with what they have, whether it's a lot or less, and they're insecure, whether it's a lot or less. Like, I think those are the two driving forces of why people value things different. I value relationships above everything.
Yes, you
so
do.
I will, I'll put in work, sweat, blood, late nights, whatever it takes to maintain, build, develop a relationship. But you're probably not going to get me to spend a whole lot of money to go fly somewhere. Not that I wouldn't fly somewhere, but I don't, as much as I like to travel and go see things, to me, traveling across the United States to go see stuff, it's not really a big deal to me.
Why?
Because I've traveled, so it's not a big thing to, like, I've seen a lot of places.
But I love it.
Yeah, but I'm not saying we can't. I'm just saying, like, when we go, I usually have a purpose when I go. Like, we're just going to go. I know some people are like, well, you need to get away and just vacation. I believe vacation. And I sit on my couch and watch Netflix. That's
Staycation.
But at the same time, I do enjoy going out. Like, if we go out and we take a trip, I enjoy it. We've been umpteen places, and I enjoy that. Like, I like hanging out. But to me, that's... If I had a couple of grand, $4,000 or $5,000, I'm not sure if I would spend it on just going on a trip just to go on a trip. We have, but I don't know if that's like, look, that's what I want to do,
Okay, so I guess the question.
I think it just has to do with people's upbringing and where they're at. I think traveling is not a big deal because we did it a lot when I was younger, you know, so I enjoyed it. But I'm just like, been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
I guess my question, I
Yeah,
guess,
but when our kids were younger, we would go places.
yeah.
We would take trips.
I think the question would be, if you had a choice between taking a trip or getting something or investing in something that you've been wanting to do. That's the question. Kind of like water bill or haircut. You know,
Haircut. Always haircut.
Why? You just said you wouldn't spend the money to travel, you
I'm
know?
just saying.
So,
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, because some people would rather buy a thing. Some would rather
would buy an experience.
pay for an experience. Some would rather invest. Some would rather save. You know, and some would it doesn't matter. They're just going to spend it. Like, so, I mean, I think you have those different areas, and I think it really has a lot to do with upbringing and goals, dreams, desires, and things they want. You know, I know people that they're always talking about, man, I want to take a trip, but they never really plan a trip. They never think about planning a trip. They see everybody else go, and they're like, man, I would like to go. And I'm going, you really wouldn't like to go, because if you really wanted to go, then you would make a plan to go, but you don't.
And you would have a jar, and it would have money, and you'd be planning.
You know, whatever. So, and I think it's the same thing with purchasing things. I think we purchase things faster because the world system that we have makes it easy to purchase things, right? Like, but if I guarantee
instant gratification.
I feel like,
Tell me.
even us, you and I included, I feel like sometimes we get to a place where it's easier to get something and pay for it than it is to save for it.
Ooh.
So when you talk about that, then that comes back, what do you value?
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm going to pay for it, because without getting this whole financial aspect of it, I mean, when you look at purchasing a car, a house, furniture, most of us...
Did you say furniture?
Furniture.
Even though it was furniture?
Furniture.
Furniture?
Furniture. What is it? Furniture?
Furniture.
Furniture. What did I say?
Furniture.
Furniture. Furniture.
Okay, furniture.
Furniture.
Okay, good. I'm sorry.
What did you put in here?
I have no idea.
Furniture.
Okay.
So regardless of whatever it is that we're purchasing, right? I think that most of us would rather pay it off. Like, it's going to cost us $500. Let's just say $1,000 for a TV or whatever, right? So we'll charge the TV that's $1,000, but by the time we finish paying interest on it, it costs us $1,800. And most of us would rather pay that extra $800 to pay it off than save $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,500, save it and buy it cash.
Yeah.
And that's because of how we value things.
That's true.
How we value
that is
things.
true,
Like,
yeah.
we value having it right now more than we do paying extra to have it later, or not having to pay extra later.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do with. I think that's just the culture we live in.
I think it's funny because almost every subject we've talked about, you always say it has to do with culture or upbringing.
Well, it does.
Culture or upbringing. I wonder if everything that you do in life has to do with your culture or your upbringing.
Absolutely.
So maybe the podcast should have been that and not people value things differently.
People value things differently. Sometimes they value culture more than they do. No.
I'm just saying. I don't know. It just made me think about that because listening to this lady saying that she found this find, you know, she'd found this thing and she was so excited about it, and she was like, and it even has the, you know, da 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 da. And I was just laughing because I was like, that's so me.
In other areas.
In other areas, but not at this one thing.
I got this great deal on toilet paper.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, but I would be like, you know, or a freebie, birthday freebie or whatever. I'm on the birthday freebie kick. So, but I'm just saying, I feel like kind of like the birthday freebies. You would have said, I'm not going to drive over there just to get something free. It cost me gas to get over there. You didn't value that item like I did.
Not would I say that. I say that and not do that.
Yeah.
Like, let's go get your thing. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. You know, so I say that because I believe people value things differently, whether it be a relationship, whether it be something in their home, whether it be a part of their culture or a part of, you know, something. And I think who are we to tell someone what value they put on an item, you know? And it doesn't even have to be a thing. It can be a thought. It can be a feeling, an experience, or whatever. And we are no one to say whether...
We can question to have an understanding, but we cannot judge. That's the other podcast. We can't judge for the things that they value.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
To me, the only way that you can judge when it comes to that perspective is what the word says. You know, it says, you know, if a man doesn't provide for his family, he's worse than an unbeliever. You know, so from that perspective, if you're not providing for your family, whether you're male or female, if you're not providing for your family, well then you probably got some choices that you need to. So then that value. So what you're saying is that you value whatever it is more than your family.
Yeah.
So that right there is a real slippery slope. But other than that specific thing, I think a lot of it has to do with
upbringing
and culture.
That's crazy. Yeah, I could see that. Anyway, I don't know. It made me think about it, so I just want you to think about some of the things that you put value on, and you know, don't be upset when someone is making you gather all those thank you sacks, and don't throw them away, or the Tupperware lid, or you know, or the Tupperware, or this or that. Don't, you know, I can't tell you to purge and to get rid of your house, because that's another episode from last year as well. But I can't tell you to get rid of something, because I would not expect for you to come and tell me to do that, of some of the things that I find valuable, like my kids' artwork from when they were 3, you know, or something that a little kid made me and was like, here, you know. I value that highly. And for you to tell me that, it's a weed, it's going to die. Who are you to tell me what I value that at, you know? So, I don't know.
True.
Just made me think about it. So, anyway, go home and put value on all your items. That way your kids don't get rid of them. How's that?
$100, $2, $3, 50 cents, $5.
Not even. I value this.
Right.
Oh, you know, perfect example before we go.
Psych, we're not over.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Plot twist. We were at Lowe's the other day. Just a little story time. We were at Lowe's the other day, and a man paid before us. And I'm not sure if it was him or somebody else, but anyway, either way, there was a JFK stamp right there.
We talked about that before.
On the counter, yeah. And so I grabbed it thinking it might be of value and to hang on to it. And then to realize after I Googled it, it wasn't valuable. And I was like, But, you know, to have a JFK stamp could have been valuable. And to me, it's valuable, so I haven't gotten rid of it, nor have I licked it. So, saying that to say, you know, if you need a JFK stamp, mine is for sale. No, just kidding. Anyway. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Go know your worth, and know your worth of things that you own, and put your own value on it, and don't let anyone tell you any different. That's it.
All right.
All right.
I'll let you guys. Thank y'all so much.
Peace out.
Thank you for listening to the Riverside Weekly. Download the Riverside Waco app to stay connected, and follow us on all social media sites at the Riverside Waco. This podcast is made possible by the givers of Riverside Community Church. Production and engineering provided by Capital G and RTV in Waco, Texas.